presentation of the gifts right now, because I know that some people have gifts.
Okay, this one's from Chase.
Oh, and
Chase made that for you.
I think there's something over there, but I don't know what. And I think there might be something that Melinda might know about. What? Gifts from Opa.
That one.
There was something from Lisa that needs to be passed around.
Blake has one. Opa, Blake brought some gifts.
Oh my goodness!
All.
Do I get this now? Opa! Replace the worn out ones. Alright. I can use some scissors.
I made that hot.
Fantastic.
Me too. I helped.
You help? Great.
I didn't know.
Great. Okay, now wait, see, we've got to go in order. This one. Awesome. Open. Oh, and then I have something too. Speaking of notes, I have some note paper, and I would like it if we filled out 3 notes, one to Stefan, one to Kit, and one to Jasmine, who are not here. And everybody signed it. Okay? You know, having a great time, wish you were here, something like that. That'd be kind of fun. Happy 75th birthday, it says. May your joys be many, your cares be few on your special day. Love, Fred and Sue Stover. And where's Fred and Sue? Just right here. Right here. And the shadows over there. They can't be.
It's never going to be done though. I guess it's done then. They won't let me touch it anymore, so.
Oh, this one's double folded. This one takes time to work through. Age 8, shale, and a nice picture to go on it.
Woo!
This is the Russian space station. Ours great.
Yay! I like that song.
Uh-oh.
I think it's very clear from being here that the orthodontist and the 2 younger braces, he's got a bar in. Kevin's got the full braces, and Elena's got the full braces.
Say hi. Say bye. He's so great, boy.
He's so cool.
Hi. You look better.
And I came into his house. It was probably a Friday night. I think he was asleep on the sofa, you know, and that's Savoy. And right in as you come in the front door off that little walkway there's a black leather sofa, and he was buried in Scientific Americans and Science Newses and things. And because I remember he got up and said, you know, I met him, and it was an interesting thing. So I do remember that. I don't remember when I met his son Chris, but Chris and I over the months after that got to be real good friends, and we did a lot of things together. And then one spring, in my sophomore year in 1970, I was over at their house on a Friday night, and I don't know what happened. It's a real canoe trip, and I've never been the same since. So this is a monument to Opa, Papa, RJ. I can't do these things very good. Anyway, I have a whole speech, but there's more than that. I'm going to save you all that. This here, I did because this reminds me of Papa Stock when he was a younger guy. He used to carry the canoe all by himself across the portage. I took a little bit of liberties with the caricature. Carries a canoe by themselves. Females, they probably have different visions at the end of a portage, but this one I got an extra little special thing that goes along with this, and it's Canoe Trip Barbi. She's sitting here waving.
And she is, of course, a Juliet and esoteric, right?
So, anyway, thank you to my daughter Casey, who's now second generation. I think she's converted to canoe tripping. She won't admit that, but thank you very much. It's been a pleasure knowing you.
Well, don't this young lady. So he met the young lady, and he thought she was pretty nice. And now it so happened that, well, ultimately what happened was he invited the young lady to go on a canoe trip with some of my kids. And then there was another canoe trip, maybe the same summer, maybe the next one, which was up in Quetico, which was an absolutely beautiful trip with a marvelous rainbow. Beautiful rainbow, and that's when I earned the name Tiger House Plant from Chris. And some other minor little things. But that's another story. In any case, we went on a canoe trip together, and Debbie was with us on this particular canoe trip. But well, the last night it rained like mad, or was threatening rain like mad, but in fact it did. And we're standing there in the middle with all the sleeping bags sopping wet except for 2, which were just wet, but not sopping. 10 of us on the whole trip in 3 canoes. Some of the guys were outside trenching the tent in the rain. The rest of us were inside kind of huddled together. And we finally got back into what was remaining of the sleeping bags. 1 sleeping bag open underneath all 10 of us, tight body to body. I remember I was on one end and Pete was on the other end.
Ooh, and I had to sleep next to Peter.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the sleeping order was, but I know I slept next to some gal whose name I think was Megan, who was a neighbor in Fairview Park. And she wasn't very happy about sleeping there next to me. But we all survived and everybody was happy.
It was very
And we got out of the place, and on the last day paddling out, we were paddling in unison, all 3 canoes parallel, all parallel in synchronism. It was gorgeous, and we were strong, we were going fast. And we went sailing by a group of Boy Scout kids, singing this incredible song that Chris was teaching us. More vile than anybody can imagine. But they couldn't hear the song, and in any case, they applauded us because it was so beautiful going down that lake. But the other part of the story was, then I had a daughter by the name of Ursula, and Ursula went to college. She didn't know where to go to college, so she went to, she took a year off, and then she decided she needed to go someplace, so she picked the 4-year college, the nearest to International Falls, which has the greatest number of cold temperature records of the 48 contiguous states. So she went to Bemidji, and she'd been up there for a while, and finally graduated, and wanted to get a job teaching in Switzerland, but that didn't pan out, so she ended up with a job teaching at an American school in England. And she went over to England, and she had an instructor over there, somebody who's going to grade you for your teaching experience. This is how I understand the story anyway. And they got, of course, to get talking and whatnot with her instructor. And it turns out that the instructor knew a young lady, had come from Texas or something like that. And the instructor had been asked by a young lady down in Texas whether it was safe to go up north on this canoe trip that somebody had invited her on. It was absolutely ridiculous. You know, there's nothing but wild Indians and log cabins up north like that. She'd never been north of the Mason-Dixon line anyway. So, and her friend told her that, yeah, it's safe, you can go up. So that's how she happened to end up going on a canoe trip with Rick the first time. And the coincidence of all this is that Ursula's instructor in England knew Debbie, whom Rick met in Austria when Rick was going to Norway, whom we met taking him on a canoe trip in Canada. So this is a very complex kind of story, but it's what happens in this world, and it was a lot of fun. So we're glad to have had a role in your life too, along with the whole thing, and it's just a lot of fun. What else happened? I don't remember. That's
I
enough.
remember first someone was trenching the tent that night it rained, and what did
It was before trenching the tent,
Before-
that evening.
and
Ursula said to Chris and Rick,
We're
you know,
not
you really ought to
expecting a
trench the tent.
monsoon.
And Chris said,
Oh no.
They were going to set the tent up, and I said, you guys, it's going to rain. Why are you setting up the tent in the lowest place on the site? And they said, we're setting it up here. And I said, okay. So then once they set it up, I said, you really ought to trench the tent. No, we're not doing that. We're done with this tent. Okay. So guess what? The rain starts coming down, the tent starts filling up, the sleeping bags are floating, we are soaking. Ahem, guys, you really ought to trench the tent. I know, we'll So those two guys went out, and I mean, it was really downpouring. And they're out there grunting and groaning and mucking around in this slush, trying to trench the tent. It was ridiculous. We were all soaked. We had 2 sleeping bags, and all of us ended up in those 2 sleeping bags. I mean, it was so sweaty, we were stuck together. It was pretty bad. So I was right. I just want you to know, you were wrong.
You were right. We even said, what do you expect, the monsoon? The sun was still up.
Now, what Debbie said in the tent when things were starting to quiet down, we were about to call it quits again, she said, it could be worse.
Did you ever go on another one after that?
Oh, we've been on a canoe trip. We've been on a canoe trip, you know, every Memorial Day for 31 years now. With, I think there were 1 or 2 exceptions, and it wasn't on Memorial Day. And there were 2 of them I didn't go on. One was for college graduation, and one was something else. And we're still doing it. I assume, you know, if you want to go along on a canoe trip, all you do is just, let's see now, the way it presently works is, let me think. LJ has been the master of the gear, and Heidi's...
Jett's first time in the swing.
What's this?
Hey Jett, how you like it? What you staring at?
It's November.
Okay, Chase, what's Jett doing?
He's taking his first shower.
Okay.
At
What is today?
Thursday.
What holiday is it? What do we do today?
Eat the big feast.
Is it Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go find Jett.
Okay, he's in there.
Now don't spill any water on Jett, man, okay? Look, Big Sister Ayla. Get a picture.
I'll try to keep the cradle still. We're almost done with this puzzle. Come on. Yeah. Come on, see our puzzle.
Hey, Ayla, what do you think of the new baby?
Jett woman. Jett woman stock.
Jett woman stock?
Jett woman.
That's what you think so. Is he cute?
Is he going to be a nice little brother? Are you going to play with him?
Yeah. Yeah.
What games do you think you're going to play with him?
Hide and go seek.
Hide and go seek? Cool.
Please. Hide, go seek.
He's checking you out now. Oh, look at that. He likes you, Ayla. What's that all about?
He says, hey, big sis.
Isn't that nice?
He likes our hair.
Hey, little boy.
Says, you got hair like my mom, but you're not my mom.
Hey, are you going to look at your brother? You're going to be a big bear.